Hey everyone, I just got back from a hippie exchange festival and just thought I'd come on and say some of my thoughts. Um, it's been lots of mood swings lately, a lot of not feeling real. I did try to have a good time, and it had its ups and downs, but it was just kind of overwhelming with me with my situation. I've never really dealt with severe depression before, but I had kind of a severe depressive episode, and it kind of, I know it was just on my mind, but it was the most, probably the most intense I've had in a long time, considering the situation. Um, there's a lot of things that I've been going through that I can't communicate to people, and even if I try to communicate it, it just gets, people can't really understand it. And it's not because they're bad, it's just because they're paranoid delusions, and um, they can they just sound crazy to the people on the outside, but on the inside, it could feel like the worst possible fear. I don't wish it on anybody. It feels like the world's closing in on me, and it feels just like complete isolation and aloneness and dysphoria and just awful, awful things no human should ever have to imagine. But on the bright side, it's made me more compassionate, and um, I don't know. It's really tough, um, and a lot of people these days are busy. So I mean, I have lots of good friends, but there are people that I want to talk to that I can't necessarily reach because they're busy or they have their own life situation, and they're not in they have the luxury of being on their feet and always being able to do stuff. And with cerebral palsy, like I was just able to go to the hippie festival, but most of the time it takes a lot of effort. But I end up doing it. I don't know. I The depersonalization is something I've been going through ever since I was a little kid. Just because I don't know. I always felt like I was in like some sort of like veil of reality, and like I wasn't really there, like in school, and I still feel that way even with close friends, and it's has nothing to do with them. It just has to do with how I felt and how my thoughts and feelings are projected to me versus what comes out, and it could be really frustrating. It's like I feel like other people get to believe in their separate self and believe in who they are, and I always have to remember that a lot of what I think and feel isn't necessarily reality, and not a lot of people are going to understand it, and that could cause a lot of anxiety too, because then you know I just want to be understood, but my intentions aren't understood, and it just gets really frustrating. But I got through it, and I'm going to keep going as hard as I can. It was really tough that one night trying to get through the depression, but um, yeah, it's it's hard to explain a lot of what I go through, because it's you can't really put it into words. And I'm not saying I'm special, but just sometimes it feels like I don't have control, and I've been trying to let go of control as much as I can. And I just, like I said, I see other people, and they're being themselves, and they're authentic in who they am, and they believe in who they are, but I just feel like I've awoken to the illusory nature of self, and I can't see past that. I just kind of feel very like I said, I'm in a veil, or I'm in like some sort of invincible landscape that nobody else could see. It could be very solipsistic. And solipsism is the idea that only one's mind is sure to exist. And I get a lot of comfort from that, actually, but at the same time, it can make the depression worse, because, like I said, I've been dealing with this for as long as I could remember, and it's, something I've just accepted. So you could say I'm a solipsist, but I only, and you might say, Justin, where do your ethics come from that? Like, why you know, if life is a dream, why don't you just be shitty to everyone, and why don't you just treat them like they don't exist? But from my point of view, I just see everything as like a part of me if I could walk, and I've been seeing that for like the past couple weeks now, or the past couple months now actually, and it's been super super freaky, but it's also made me more compassionate towards others, because I know if I'm hurting another, I'm hurting myself. But on the contrary, it feels like if somebody's, you know, hurting me, I'm hurting myself. But I don't know. I just have to keep my focused on what's in front of me, and keep focused on what's important. And as long as I can do that, a lot of that stuff goes away. I try to look at the shared humanity of everyone, but it's kind of hard when you really want to connect with people and they don't have the time, and you feel like kind of a burden to them, but you really care about them and you want to know them more. But it is what it is. I don't know. I'm just, yeah, that's basically all I've been going through. Like I said, the paranoia gets really, really fucking bad, and I don't wish it on anybody. This is probably the most vulnerable I've felt in my entire life, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like something terrible is gonna happen to me, and I can't stop it from happening, and I can't tell anyone, and even if I do tell someone, they either won't have the time or energy to understand, and sometimes I wish I could just tell more people, and I have opened up to one or two people about it, but sometimes I wish I could just open up more about it, but it's hard when it's so uncanny and so unique in the psychology domain. So yeah. So if anybody you know is reaching out to you and you have the time and energy to respond to them, please do, because you don't know if that could change the trajectory of their day, and just make them feel more connected to whatever reality is. Yeah, I've just been super on edge about making decisions too, because there's been a lot of things that have, or one thing in particular that could, I'm not saying like change my life in a transformative way, but it could change my life and change how people see me, and I don't want to lose that opportunity, but at the same time, I don't want to mess up and, you know, do something that I wasn't ready for. I've just been trying my hardest to stay in that heart space, but when you're depersonalized, it's hard to feel anything, and it's hard to even feel real, and like you're even there with other people. You're just on the outside looking in, and it's something, like I said, I've been used to. But anyway, I'm kind of just saying the same thing over and over. I just thought I'd come on here because, yeah, I had just a really bad depressive episode the other day, and I thought it'd be good to share it. So, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.